Good evening, everybody.
Hey, Veronica. Hello, listeners. How are we?
Hey, Debbie.
Been a long time. How
has
are
been
we?
a long time. Doing good. And I'm so glad that we're back on again tonight for Listening to Legends, a brand new episode for you for the month of March. And again, we're coming to you about once a month now with these Listening to Legends interviews and live chats with some of our inductees.
Yes. I've gotten so much correspondence with people asking, where are you? When are you coming back? What's going on with Listening to Legends? So there you have it. Instead of once a week, it will be once a month. And we've got a lot of exciting and very interesting people lined up for you.
We do. And we are so thankful for you guys for stopping by and watching. We got a few people watching live tonight now. So if you're in the chat rooms, give us a thumbs up, give us a comment. Let us know that you're there watching.
Yeah.
And always know that when we go live, you can submit your questions and your comments for each one of our inductees that we're interviewing. And we'll try to get to as many of those as possible. And the inductees love to get your questions. They love to hear from you. And know that you're watching.
And our guests tonight, they are North Carolina royalty. So I know if you're out there and you're tuned in, you will have questions for these three talented guys. So let's have them.
Of course. So let's go ahead and bring in our guest and to we'll segue here into who our guests are. We're going to play one of their biggest hits for you. I think this is the number one song that they've ever done in their history. It's called Give Me Just a Little More Time.
Everybody knows that song.
Young and impatient we may be, there's no need to act foolishly. If we part, our hearts won't forget it. Years from now we'll surely regret it. Give me just a little more time, and our love will surely.
There you go. Greatest songs of all time.
Nice.
Hey, how are we?
Great. How are y'all doing?
I have one quick question before we get started. Ken Knox, can you still move like that today as you did in that video?
Yeah. After some rest.
Oh my goodness, that was so cool.
Yeah.
So we are joined tonight by our 1999 North Carolina Music Hall of Fame inductees, Chairman of the Board. And we're so glad to have you guys with us tonight. This is a legendary, very iconic group in the beach music circuit. And we have three of the current members here with us. We have Ken Knox. We have Brandon Stevens.
Hey.
And Thomas Hunter.
Hey.
So, Ken, how long have you been with the group?
Oh, man. I usually ask people, how long have your parents been married? Since 1974.
Awesome. And Brandon, how long have you been with the group?
I joined in late 2012, so that'll be 9 years later this year.
Wow. Yeah. And Thomas?
Well, 2010. This is my 11th year.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
I remember meeting
This
Thomas
is 11 years.
Ken at an induction ceremony. That's how I know how long Brandon has been with the group, because he was not there. But Thomas, that's when I met Thomas.
Awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
That was at the
I
what's
think
the guy,
Maurice
Casey?
Williams was being inducted that night with the Zodiacs,
Ah, yeah.
Right. Right.
Absolutely.
I think.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
so thank you guys again for being with us tonight. And thank you all for watching with us. Like we said, if you have any questions for Ken, Brandon, or Thomas, just write them in the comments below and we'll try to get to as many as possible. That is questions or comments. And so right quick, we're going to go into another video. And this will kind of kick us off into talking about the early days of Chairman of the Board. And Ken, maybe you can give us a little more details about General Johnson, who was the original founder of the group, Chairman of the Board. So let's watch that video right quick, and then Ken, you can give us a few more details.
Okay.
General was with a group called the Showmen from back in the day. And he said, look, because at the time, you know, when you're with a major recording company, you have to have records out every 3 months. And then you're competing with the OJs, the whoever was out at the time, Earth, Wind and Fire. We were doing shows with those guys. And he said, look, there's a music down there they call beach music. I said, what, Jan and Dean, Beach Boys? He said, no, just old school R&B. And he said, I think we need to come south.
General was a very intelligent person. He knew how to market himself. And he found out that this was a place that he could really be a big fish in a small pond, which he was. He saw the phenomena of the music and the soul and what we sort of named down here beach music.
It's fresher than a summer day. One day I make you see things my way.
We created our style of music, but fortunately for us, our style of music is beyond the Carolinas, it's worldwide. We had just finished an album here, and we had made plans for a new show and this and that, but he never made it. But one of the last things he told me was, Ken, I want you to go out, give the people a good show, and continue our legacy. I'm still not thinking until I got the news from his family saying, you need to come down here now. But it's like he passed the baton to me, and that's when I recruited Thomas Hunter and Brandon Stevens, because one man can't do it alone.
Thomas Hunter, Florida. Oh, I've been into music. Well, I liked music for a very long time, ever since I was a small boy. It was just something, I had people in my family who were singers. And it was just something about music when I would hear it made me want to do it.
My name is Brandon Stevens, and I'm from Lexington, South Carolina. And I sing lead with the executives, and I also sing with Chairman of the Board.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
So
Now-
Ken, tell us a little bit more in detail of how it got started, and again, what made General Johnson want to get involved in this new thing called beach music.
Well, first of all, General was a genius. You know, he was considered a triple threat. He could write, produce, and one heck of a singer. So there's a triple threat part of it, but General was also a people's person. He loved the fans, and the group got started back in the early 70s, like 70, with first hit was Give Me Just One More Time as you played. And we toured nationally and internationally, through the years. And later on, General, just like I said in the piece there, he said, listen, there's a music down in the Carolinas, Virginia, and Georgia called beach music. I think we can make a mark in that. You know, we've made a mark here nationally. Let's go down south. So we did, and that's why the group still stands today now, because we set root in the Carolinas, still perform Europe and stuff like that, but he loved beach music, and he created some classic beach music songs, like Carolina Girls, you know, I'd Rather Be in Carolina, and songs like that. But General, number one. Danny Woods, number one, because Danny Woods was Mr. Entertainer. He could be a triple threat as well, because he would go out there. The minute he hit his feet on that stage, it was electricity. You know, he was electrifying. He would have people standing up, and Danny was the man. And Danny had this voice as well, you know, because when you heard something General saying, you said, oh, that's General. You heard something, that's Danny, you know. And so Danny Woods is just as equal, you know. And I have always dreamed of being in a situation like that, and it happened, and I could not believe it that it happened for me. So believe in your dreams.
That's it. That's it. Did you ever think, prior to coming in the group, did you ever think that you would end up with a group like Chairman of the Board?
I didn't. It was a dream come true for me, because, you know, I came out of high school into the group, you know, about a year removed or something like that.
Okay.
And you know, I was a big fan in high school. And I remember one quick little thing. The center for our basketball team, he was like 6'8". So he was saying, hey man, Chairman of the Board is playing downtown Detroit. You want to go? I said, yeah. So we go down there, but I see all these throngs of people. I said, man, but I can't even see the stage. So he put me on his shoulders, and I could see everything.
Wow.
And little did I know, a few years later, I'm standing in the studio with General, Danny, Harrison Kennedy, the Funkadelics, McKinley Jackson. It was unreal.
And it happened.
And
yeah.
Yes.
Now, Thomas, you and Brandon, of course, I'm sure you had heard of Chairman Board. So when you guys had the opportunity to come on board, what did you think? But what was your first feeling with that?
Well, actually, I had heard of Ken Knox long before I met him, because I was a fan of his saxophone playing, of his musicianship.
Oh, okay. And we forget about that, Ken. You playing the sax. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I was a fan. And I was also a fan of the different songs that the Chairman of the Board had written. I knew a lot of them before I even became a member. So it felt really good to me, and I felt like I was at home.
Okay. Very
Nice.
good. Yeah. Okay. And well, you, Brandon, I've watched you grow in the group since you've been in there, with your style of singing and your voice, and it is just fantastic.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I really have grown a lot, being on stage with Ken and Thomas, and performing in front of bigger crowds than what I was used to before joining the band. In reference to the question, I would say my main reference points for Chairman of the Board were Give Me Just a Little More Time and then Carolina Girls. But I really didn't have an understanding of how they switched phases in their career and relocated to the South, and became the kings of Carolina beach music. So that's a real cool thing to be a part of.
Oh yeah.
It's very rare that you have a group that has two very distinct phases to their career.
Very much so. Yes. Indeed. And we're just so happy that you do. because everybody enjoy. I mean, we all look forward to the weather getting better and getting out there to the festivals and seeing Ken Knox and Chairman of the Board. It's like, got to do this, you know?
Yeah. And let me just say something. Thomas and Brandon were and is the perfect fit for myself.
Yes.
You know? And immediately the fans took off after them. They love them, and they show that every time they come out to see us. And those guys and the executives, I have to say that, they give Thomas 150%, Brandon 150, exec the same thing, because they say, Ken, we're with you. We're with you. We're with Thomas. We're with Brandon. And I had to give a shout out to Midas, Jerry Midas Hardison, and Jerry D. Washington, because they are the musical directors for Chairman of the Board.
Yes,
and,
definitely.
So yes, absolutely.
And they do a great job. They definitely do a great job.
The band is kicking.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So Ken, you worked very early on with General. Other than his incredible, talented, and unique voice that is so distinctive, what are some of the things that set General apart that made him so successful?
Oh man, I'll tell you what. It was intimidating to sit next to a Grammy Award-winning producer and songwriter. Really? Yeah, and he took me under his wings, because then I learned to produce in the recording studio with him. Together, I think we produced something like 10 or 11 albums, you know, and but it was intimidating. But at the same time, I'm saying, if I didn't learn anything, what the heck was I doing there? You know, because the thing about it is, people, they won't tell you. You have to pick it. You have to do. You're on your own. And so it was a great relationship. Us being in recording studio, but like you said, distinctive voice, great person. I'll tell you right now, he'd be very proud of Thomas and Brandon. Yeah. You know, and the executives. He'd be very proud of the whole situation, and that's why we're continuing the legacy.
Great. We have a song that we're going to listen to here in just a second. It's called King of Kings. And this one really features General's voice. What do you know?
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
I was going to say, what do you know about him writing King of Kings?
Man, here's the deal. So we've never had a Christmas album. And you know, we did all this stuff in the summer when it's hot. You think you got to get in your Christmas spirit. You know, it's hot. And so he said, you know what? He used to call me Charlie. He said, Charlie, I'm gonna write a semi-gospel song. So when he said that, I'm saying, wait a minute, gospel song, Christmas. And so he said, I got it. We go in the studio, and I think you got it. And here's the end results of what happened.
Okay.
All right, let's check this one out.
Check it out.
God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son to bring salvation and peace to everyone. Born in a world of sin, Jesus died on Calvary, sacrificed his life so that we could all be free. Go tell all the children what Christmas truly means. The day Jesus Christ was born, we celebrate the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, King of Kings. Give praise to his holy name. Lift every voice and sing. Lord of Lords, King of Kings. Celebrate the Savior's birth. That's what Christmas means.
I just love that one. It's
See,
Yeah,
It's
that's my first
so
time hearing
emotional.
that. Wow.
listen, every year we were getting calls from the office asking for the sheet music to this song. And that's the first time he ever wrote a song like that. You know, he done wrote pop, R&B, you know, then we had the Christmas album. But that song there is very powerful.
How long
Very
did it take
powerful.
him to write it?
Wow.
Man, General could write a song in 15 minutes. Make you mad. But you know, but he was a genius. So listen, but he wrote it to perfection.
Yeah.
Wrote it to perfection.
Yeah, I
And,
like that.
You see the end results, King of
Yes.
Kings, and it's one of our most requested songs at Christmas time.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those that'll give you chills to listen to. Now, is this one that you guys sing as well, the three of you?
That one there? No. On that one, actually, General sang that by himself. There was no background on it.
But do you guys sing it now?
Oh no, and I'm sorry, in concert, no. What I meant most requested was on radio. People will call in on radio. They want to hear that.
Yeah.
Hey, but we can learn it, right, guys?
Oh yeah.
Do it. Do it.
Wow.
So his sidekick and they really made great chemistry. They had a great partnership, was Danny Woods. So talk about how well that they worked together and clicked together.
Oh man. So like I said earlier, Danny, if General was sick and I wasn't feeling well, we'd say, Danny, go get him. So and Danny would say, all right, do one of these numbers, shake it off. And the band strikes up and he goes out there. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Danny was just, you know, some people are born with extraordinary talent. He was a God gifted talent because he could sing, he could perform, and he was just an all around performer. I mean, every year, in another form of awards in the Carolinas, they had this thing called the Carolina Beach Music Awards. Danny would be the entertainer of the year.
Yeah.
Because there was none better. And that's regionally or nationally. Danny Woods was the man. Danny and David Ruffin cut their teeth. They were in the same group together.
Okay.
Now, can you imagine both of them competing against each other? That just made each other stronger.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, I'm sorry, go ahead, Debbie.
Yeah.
And would that have been the group, the Elgins?
No, I don't know what I don't know the name. It was David Ruffin, Danny Woods, and Melvin Davis. And Melvin Davis was a part of the group called the Eighth Day. And all three of them were together. And and this is like I guess maybe early 60s or something like that. So hey, Danny was the man.
So what's one song that features him and his voice the best, do you think?
Danny was a Jackie Wilson fan. And that song was Higher and Higher because that was Jackie Wilson was his idol. And also it was Jackie Wilson was General's idols as well. But if I had to say, when it came to stage, Danny would tear him up with Higher and Higher. So does Brandon. Brandon tears him up too today.
He does.
On that.
Yes.
So, but I would say Danny's known for that Higher and Higher, and it's incredible what he did it.
Yeah.
I used to like Somebody Sleeping in My Bed. That was
and that was Melvin Davis
talent too. Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad you said it, because General and was part writer on that song.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
That's a good one, Thomas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have a clip here with Danny featured on the song Finders Keepers. And this was from the early 70s, and it was actually featured on Soul Train. So we have that clip.
I missed that by 2 weeks.
Did you?
Yes. Go ahead.
You would.
In the studio.
Nice.
Yes.
The band was good back, Ken. That band.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Well, you know who that band was? The Funkadelics.
I thought, okay, yes.
Yeah, the Funkadelics, and the guy on the trombone.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Tall guy. He was his name is McKinley Jackson. Oh, and we're talking about McKinley later on with the three of us. McKinley was Marvin Gaye's last musical director, and McKinley was an arranger. He arranged a lot of all the Invictus record stuff, and Donny Osmond, Tower Power, incredible musicians on that. I missed about 2 weeks.
Oh wow! but you made up for it. You made up for it. No worries. You made up for it. Oh my goodness.
So Brandon and Thomas, when you're now part of this group, do you feel pressure to keep like the same funky, really cool style going on, or is it just something that you guys click together and do so easy?
Well, I think we do it, together. We work really well together. I don't think that there's any pressure, because when it's time to hit the stage, it's time to hit the stage. The fans always give us love, and we enjoy doing what we do. So it's not any pressure. It's something that I personally look forward to all of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree with Thomas. I don't feel any pressure. I think all of us are comfortable individually as performers, and we're really comfortable with each other on stage too. So, and the advantage of being in a group with such a long, rich legacy like this is,
Yes.
I mean, we
That
would
helps.
really have to be bad for the crowd to not like what we do, because, you know, what Ken, Danny, and General have established over the
That's
years.
right. That's
I
right.
mean, we come in and we do the songs, and you know, we add our own flavor to it, and we have material as well. But I mean, we would really have to be terrible to, you know, really, you know, mess up, you know, the legacy that's been established already.
Yeah, but you know, the misconception is they're taking this person's place and that person's place. That's not it. The deal is they're being themselves. They're portraying the songs the way they do them. You know, the songs were written and sang by other people, but Thomas doing his way, Brandon's doing his way, and I'm doing my way.
And people love it.
And people love it.
They really do. They really do. All the concerts and I'm always there with you guys.
Right.
You can feel the connection between you three and your band, the executives.
Oh, yeah.
It's there. And once you have that, once you step out on that stage, that's half the battle right there. Because everybody is automatically on the same page. And it just works. It just works.
Yeah.
That's great.
When you get me, you get Thomas Hunter. When you get Brandon, you get Brandon Stevens. When you get Ken, you get Ken Knox. And when we all come together, you get the chairman of the board.
Chairman.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Nicely
No
said.
doubt about it.
Yes. Very
So,
good.
Thomas and Brandon, what are some of your favorite songs that you guys currently perform that is your favorite?
Go ahead, Thomas.
Okay, well, for me, you know, I perform Give Me Just a Little More Time. And I love it. It's a classic, and the people love it and enjoy it. And I like the interaction that I have with our fans when I'm doing it. That's one of the songs I like. Another one of the songs that I really enjoy doing is Finders Keepers. That's a really good song. Really good vibe whenever we do that too. But I enjoyed most all the songs. I remember when I first heard these songs that we're doing now, it almost seemed as if General had reached inside my mind and wrote some songs that were especially for me. And I like that.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
Yeah. Brandon?
I'd have to say one of my favorite songs right now is Summer Love. That's a real tender love ballad about, you know, the guy who's missing that summer fling and taking walks on the beach and all that good stuff. And that song features a really good sax solo by this guy up above me.
That guy.
Yeah, so that's one of my favorites.
This guy kills it. This guy kills it. I'm telling you. And Debbie, you witnessed that.
I have.
Debbie, you witnessed that.
Times.
Yes, you witnessed
it. And it just keeps getting better and better. Just when I think he can take it to that highest level, I come back to another show and he's just blown it clean out the box again. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's a great choice. Summer Love. I'm going to answer a question. My favorite is Patches. You know, that usually brings people, whatever they're doing, they might be always racking and stuff. But when you start doing Patches, they listen.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's a deep song. Yeah.
You know, and General wrote that song. You know, a lot of people thought it was about his life, but it wasn't. He just had a great imagination. And a lot of people can my train of thought is gone, y'all. But I've been up since 2:30 this morning.
Okay.
But anyway, the song itself, man, is a lot of people identify with it. Can identify with it, you know. They're losing their dad, you know, and at the early age, and I mean, well, through life, you know.
Yeah. Now, Brandon, you do you perform Pay to the Piper. You take lead on it. So how do you guys determine who's taking lead on which song? Is it just because you like it? It fits your vocals? How do you make that decision?
I think I usually sing most of the songs that Danny sings because you know, my vocal range stretches a little bit higher, you know, up the scale than Ken and Thomas. So, you know, Danny was singing those songs in the cloud. So even a lot of those songs we had to lower the song key, even for me to do them. So yeah, Pay to the Piper, that's one of those ones where we get the crowd into it. And before the virus started spreading, we used to bring people on stage and have them chicken, but now we let them do the funky chicken from the audience, and we stay on stage to ourselves and safe. So
yeah. So Ken, are you the one that takes lead and you say, "Hey, Brandon, I want you to do Pay to the Piper," and Thomas, I want you to do this one, or is it kind of like the guys say, "Hey, I think I could do this one better," or how do you determine that?
I think he explained it. Brandon's voice has the range of Danny Wood's. Thomas' voice has a range of General, and myself, my voice is right in with General's range. So when we're picking these songs, it's okay, I got that one, you know, because it fits my voice. And all the higher stuff, like I said, it's a natural fit for Brandon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's listen right quick to Pay to the Piper, and Brandon is taking lead on this one.
All right.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Thank you.
That fourth guy that you saw on stage was our bass player.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brandon's brother.
Yeah, Brandon's brother.
Yep.
Yeah, shout out to Jerry D. Washington, our bass player. Yeah, that video was from our UK tour in 2016.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys go to the UK quite often, and you're very well known there. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well,
Go ahead, Thomas.
it seems as if everyone in the UK know of the chairman of the board and all of the songs that the chairman of the board do. One of the most fascinating things for me was that when I did my first tour in the UK, it was amazing how well received we were. And what was really astonishing was that all of the people in the crowd knew every lyric, every song that we did. It was really amazing.
Even Carolina Girls.
I was like, wait, I'm not sure we did Carolina Girls there.
No. What you got, Brandon?
Yeah, the UK was a lot of fun. 2016, we did an extended tour. 2018, another extended tour, and then we had a one-nighter in 2019. But I would say probably the most interesting trip was 2018, and we got to start off doing a show in London. So that was my first time being in London. Great city, a lot of energy, and also they had a record heat wave in England. And we went there in April of 2018. So it got up to I think maybe 87 degrees, and that's like
unusual.
For us 87 degrees is just, that's nothing for us, but for them it was really crucial. And we were also over there when William and Kate had their first royal baby. I walked into the convenience store the day after, and they're still really big on tabloid newspapers. So there's 30 30 different newspapers on the racks with the picture of the newborn baby. So that was kind of cool.
Right.
Yeah.
And then another time we were there is when there was a riot in Charlotte.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
and we were going to different stores, and they would say, "What's happening within your country?"
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was on the news all day and night.
Yeah.
And so we had to explain that, that part of it. And but hey, those are some great fans over there, lifelong fans. I saw one guy and Chuck, if Chuck is listening, Charles Etchison, there was a lighting guy for us in like 76. He came out to see us, and I hadn't seen this guy like 42 years. And he came to the show, and Charles Etchison was on that tour.
Ken, and speaking of Chuck Etchison, Monica Callahan wrote a question to you guys. When and how did keyboard player Charles Etchison join your band?
Oh boy.
Yes, that was speaking of him being in England with you guys. That was,
you know what? I think Dwayne Lomax. He was our drummer then. I think Dwayne found. Okay, I think Dwayne found Chuck, and we liked Chuck's playing, and we took him to the UK. But I have to say this: Chuck will get lost on you. we were leaving the hotel. The bus is ready to go. No Chuck, and so John said, "Leave him." The bus driver was going. All of a sudden, we saw Chuck running down the street towards the bus. We said, "Boy, get on this bus."
Oh my goodness!
Chuck would get lost in a minute on you.
He was probably somewhere window shopping.
I think he was.
Yeah.
He forgot what time call time was to leave.
Excuse me. Oh, that's funny.
We got another question from Guitar King. What is it that makes you guys work so well with each other?
I'll say for me, it's the money that Ken pays me. I work with him as long as he
that
keeps
works
paying.
every time.
Good one.
Motivation.
We like each other and we respect each other's talent.
Yeah,
that's
key.
Things,
That's key.
That's why we work so well together.
Yes.
Yep, that's key. You have to have a working and respectful relationship with each other, and that's the whole band. I mean, the executives. I mean, you got to give it up to those guys. They are just as strong as we are. We're no stronger than them.
Yeah, and also Ken has done a really good job of choosing guys who are not only great musicians but good guys as well. So, we don't have any guys who are really hard to get along with. We don't have selfish guys in the band, and that's a really important thing for building a successful band. You have to have team players, and everybody in our band is a team player.
Right. There is no I in team.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. What did Chuck say?
Definitely, Ken. You guys keep the magic alive. I'm super impressed with that.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. So what have you guys been doing since the pandemic? Taking up any new hobbies? You're learning how to cook? What is happening? Are we writing new music?
Here's one more question. Well, I'll say this: I've learned how to cut the grass again.
Oh gosh!
I've learned that is my exercise.
Okay.
I go out and cut the grass, and I say, "Anything else to do?" So I get some exercise.
Your
Well,
honey-do list is your
my
exercise
honey-do list.
routine.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but we had a show. Let me say this right quick. We have a podcast that's called "That's My Story." Shout out to Shirley Clark White, and shout out to Jerry Midas Hardison. Brandon Stevens was the host on that show as well. But before that, we had a show for Chairman of the Board, Thomas, D, all of us. You know, we would be on StreamYard like this, and it morphed from that into That's My Story, and our show is on Thursday nights. And again, shout out to the co-host.
I watch it every Thursday, and it's a fantastic show.
Yeah, I do too. And if you guys haven't checked it out, make sure you go over to either Ken's page, his Facebook page, or the Chairman of the Board page, and it's on YouTube. You guys stream live on Facebook and YouTube, right?
Yep, the official Chairman of the Board YouTube channel.
Yeah, so definitely make sure you check it out. Every week they have an awesome artist on there, and they get their full story, kind of like we do. So definitely go over and check that one out.
Yeah. And I must say, I was very honored to be a guest on.
Oh, absolutely.
That's right.
Myself and my brother, Ron.
That's right.
We were a guest
on the history.
Yes, definitely. So, Dwayne Lomax writes, yes, you are right, Ken. Chuck and I did find about Chuck. I did find Chuck and bring him in.
Yeah. I remember that.
It was Dwayne. Okay.
All right. So with some of your current work that you have going on, one of your more recent songs was Jack and Jill. Tell us a little bit about that one.
Yes.
Okay, so there's a DJ. There was a DJ in the eastern part of the Carolinas. He was suffering from Alzheimer's, and his son decided to do a project with all the musicians in this market, and they gave us 5 songs to pick from. Now on this album, remember Russell Tompkins with the Stylistics?
Mm-hmm.
He was on it, and some other artists. So they gave us 5 songs to pick from. One of the songs was Jack and Jill. I said, wait a minute, Jack and Jill, this is us. Because number one, Ray Parker is a friend, Ray Parker Jr. I knew him from Detroit. And second thing was each one of our voices is represented on that type of song. So it was an easy thing for me. You guys can add in right quick.
Yeah, that song was a lot of fun to record. And actually was not a song that I had heard up until we recorded it. But yeah, we each laid down our parts on it. It tells the story about, a guy who's not feeling the love from his girl and just trying to figure out how to put his heart back together, basically.
Yeah.
I heard that song practically all of my life. So I was really familiar with it when Ken brought it to the band, to the group, brought it to us, and I was ready.
Now, wasn't that song originally recorded by a group called Radio?
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ray Parker Radio. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They had
Was
a
it 70s, Ken, or the early 80s?
That was like 78.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
I wasn't
78.
born yet. It couldn't have been.
You were here, you just didn't know it. Yeah, you were here.
And you guys actually recorded this. Was it in 2020 that you released it?
Yeah, I think we recorded is it 2019?
I think
because COVID wasn't here.
Right, it wasn't.
So yeah, we recorded 2019 and released it in 2020. And unfortunately, Steve Hardy is the disc jockey. He passed after the CD was released. But rest in peace.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Well, let's take a listen to the recording that you guys did of Jack and Jill.
Okay.
Poor Jack alone.
Yes. Got to tell you, I love your version of it. I love it.
Thank you.
Well,
Yeah, I do too.
Brandon told Ray about it. Remember we had Ray on the show, Brandon?
Oh yeah. What I talking about the high parts. Yeah, I had to stretch to get some of those high notes on that one, but yeah.
He gave us his approval. He said he loved it. He said, "Y'all got my vote."
Very good. Very good.
Good.
Excellent. Excellent.
So what's coming up? What are you working on? You got any plans on some new songs, some new albums coming out?
Absolutely. Thomas, go ahead.
Well, you asked what were we doing during the pandemic.
Yes.
I was writing songs. I've written about 12 new songs, and I've been submitting them from time to time to see if Ken likes them and if we're going to do them. I think we're going to do a couple of them. It's going to be great. It's going to be, we have lots of material. Brandon has written some stuff and Ken has written some songs, and we're going to all combine all of them together and see if we can make it work Chairman of the Board style.
There you go.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I can't wait for you guys to get back out there with your concerts. I know you have one in April and one in May, which I won't be able to attend, but I just can't wait for you to get back out there.
To piggyback on what Midas, I saw Midas thing come up. What Tom said, we also have material coming from the UK. Some UK producers have some songs for us as well. And our first show is April 24th. It's a beach music festival in Selma, North Carolina. And we're excited about that. And I think the fans are excited about that as well, because everybody's saying they want some live music, and we're gonna be able to give them to them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you'll have a happy crowd on that one, definitely.
You sure will. Mm-hmm. And can everybody go to your website and get that information?
Absolutely. It's www.thechairmenoftheboard.com. You can find it that way too. Or you can go in our individual Facebook pages. We usually post dates, stuff like that. Ken Knox, Thomas Hunter, Brandon Stevens.
Yes. Now, individually, Thomas and Brandon, I know, Thomas, you at times will be at Mickey and Mooch's.
Well, they've closed that now. That was one of they've closed. That was one of my major go-to spots when I wasn't with the chairman of the board. I did that for about 10 or 11 years also.
Okay.
Are they permanently closed?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Really? Wow. Yeah, this pandemic has been rough on.
Yeah, so many of the venues have closed, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And their food was excellent. They had good food.
Yes, it was. Good crowd.
Yes, yes. And Brandon, I know that you, on occasions when not working with chairman of the board, you are in Charlotte at a club. I don't remember the name. I haven't gotten there yet, but I am coming.
Oh yeah, a club called Middle C. It's in Uptown Charlotte. So we feature a lot of R&B and jazz artists. So yeah, I've been fortunate enough to perform there. And also our keyboardist with chairman of the board, Midas, and I, we started a series last spring called Quarantunes. So we would every Friday night, just the two of us, we do a variety of R&B and pop and soul songs for about an hour or so. So we done that for about 13 weeks during the spring and summer of last year on Facebook Live. So that was a lot of fun, and that kept us motivated through the pandemic. And we had a lot of our friends and family chiming in and passing that time with us. So we were happy to be able to do that, and just brings a little bit of lively entertainment into folks living with us for a little while.
Definitely. Yes.
Thomas, you said that you were doing some songwriting. Ken and Brandon, do you guys write? So Who is the
Oh, yeah.
primary writer of the group right now?
Well,
Don't everybody speak at once.
Yeah, all of us write songs. Ken
Yeah.
and myself, we're all working on material for the new album.
Right.
Yeah, we got
So basically,
lost.
yeah, we just throw all of our ideas into a pool, and some stuff will make the cut, some won't. But we're gonna choose the best material and the material that we feel
Sure.
best represents the chairman. The direction we want to go moving forward. And
We're excited.
It's gonna be exciting. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. We have a song that was number 5 on the charts in the UK called "Reach Out to Me." That's been getting a lot of airplay, and a lot of people have been remaking it. It's a song that I wrote.
Nice.
Yeah, but it's gonna be nice. But this album that's coming up, it's gonna be how we say the bomb. So everybody,
Okay.
It's gonna be awesome.
Okay. Very
Good.
good.
We
I
can't
look
wait.
forward to it. Can't
We
wait.
can't wait.
All right.
Very nice. Very nice. Guys, it has truly been a pleasure having you on the show tonight.
It certainly
Very
has.
informative.
Oh, yeah. It's been
Yes.
a pleasure talking to y'all. Thank y'all for having us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Did we
Thanks for
mention earlier that chairmen of the board are inducted into the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame? We did that?
I thought
Yeah,
You did now.
Yeah.
Okay,
They certainly are.
done it twice.
Mhm.
That's how nice it is, right?
That's-
We've done it twice.
Yeah, we chairman of the board is our very first inaugural inductee class into the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame, which was in 1999, and that was in Thomasville, North Carolina. We actually have a really nice exhibit here for chairman of the board here at our museum. So if you guys ever get a chance, come down and visit the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame Museum, and you get to see their exhibit.
Absolutely.
Mhm. And we are going to close out with words left unsaid.
We are, yeah. Tell us a little bit about this one before we head out of here, Ken.
Either two of you can do it. You explain
Thomas
it. I can.
and Brandon.
Well, this song was written by the two guys, the two brothers, the Steele's brothers that wrote "Could It Be I'm Falling in Love," and this was a contribution to our last CD that we did, and everybody loves it.
Yeah.
It's called "Words Left Unsaid."
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, everybody, for watching tonight. And remember, if you haven't subscribed to any of our channels, make sure you subscribe to our Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. And don't forget Chairman of the Board. Make sure you subscribe to their channels too. What is it again, Ken?
www.thechairmenoftheboard.com.
Awesome.
All right.
All right. Thanks for joining
Don't
us.
go away, folks. Listen. Don't tune off. Listen to words left unsaid.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Thank you,
y'all.
guys. See you soon.
Oh, if I had only taken the time to say the words that you so desperately wanted to hear today, I'd be a happy man. Instead of sitting here all by myself, alone, shedding tear after tear.
Morning is breaking, and so is my heart. It ain't stopped aching since we've been apart. I can't stand waking in this empty bed, constantly thinking of words left unsaid. I'm constantly thinking of words left unsaid. My eyes examine each
each part of the room. Each holds a memory and feelings of gloom. I can't stand waking in this empty bed, constantly thinking of words left unsaid. I'm constantly thinking of words left unsaid.
I wish that I could climb into the sky and turn back the hands of time to the days when you were mine. But it's too late. The fickle hand of fate took you away from me before I could make you see. Deep in my heart, there's a love so true, a special kind of love, and I'm saving it just for you. Just for you.
Darkness is falling, and so are my tears. Your name I'm calling, but nobody hears. I can't stand sleeping in this lonely bed. I'm constantly thinking of words left unsaid. I'm constantly thinking of words left unsaid. Girl, I want you to know I should've told you, baby. Said I'm constantly thinking about things I should've said. Around in my head, running around in my head. Why didn't I tell you, girl?
Brothers, never be ashamed or afraid to say I love you to the one you really love. Always take the time to let her know that she's the only one that you are thinking of. Leave no words unsaid.
Why didn't I tell you? Oh, yeah. Dark thoughts keep running. Said these dark thoughts keep running through my head, baby. I'm constantly thinking of words left unsaid. Dark thoughts keep running around in my head. Constantly thinking of words left unsaid. I'm constantly thinking of words left unsaid.